Oh my gosh, you guys. I just want to cry. Nobody warned me. Nobody warned me. There was one comment in the beginning that I had, and somebody had said, "You have no clue what you're doing, do you? You have no clue." And I know exactly what I think they were talking about. Because this is a monster. I created a monster. I think they knew when I said I have 5 towers with 10 breeder bins in each tower. They knew exactly. They could see into the future. And they said this is going to be the series called When Jill Bees Becomes a Worm Farmer. This is just the beginning of the nightmares. What has happened? All I'm doing is sifting. I'm sifting. So if you want to be a worm breeder, you better focus on a sifter. I mean, big time. It is all about sifting. Now, I'm giving up on those cocoons because I don't like how wet these bins have to be in order to really get these. So what we're going to do here right now, we're going to try out this new triple decker on my already been sifted once, and I moved them to the drying rack. Put the cardboard shreddings in with them as an absorbing agent. So we're going to remove those cardboard pieces. They're going to go in the top, retain in this 1/4 inch screen. Then we'll toss them out, and hopefully then we'll get to these castings. I'm going to have a real mess here. Hopefully these aprons we put on is going to work. Almost need a little hand scoop for these. I'm going to put 3 in because I don't think this is... Maybe I'll put 4 in. What the heck? Let's see what happens. Woohoo! Because I can always just... Now we can wipe that off the apron. Always have your trusty handy dandy little paintbrush there. Let's rock and roll! Okay, you can clearly see how all those are retained. I mean, you're going to see in the next one, we're going to have a few in there, but I love it. So I've got an empty bin here, so we will just kind of put them to the side, dump them out for our next one. Got a few pieces in here, that's fine. This is going to be our nursery, so those few that got through, okay, see how I can kind of move those to the front by using my hands as brakes, pushes it all back to the front. And then if I want to sift it all to the back, then I just yank it. So I'm seeing a lot of cocoons. Super awesome. Lots of cocoons. Good. Cocoons are going to go into this bus table here next to me. This one's going to be a goner because he got smashed on the floor. Stepped on him by accident. So we're just going to pick this up and we're going to tap it all down to the bottom so that when I flip it over, I don't dump any on the floor, even though I noticed. And then I just tap it a couple times there. So hopefully, wow, we got a lot through here. This can actually, I think, go back into our nursery because this would normally be our drying size. But since we've already dried once, we're not going to dry again. We got to get these cocoons moved to the nursery, get them wetted down, get them moved to... Phone isn't going to stop ringing, so I'm going to keep on going. It's probably a teleperson. They do it to me all the time. It's a funny story. They're robots, what they are. Because I've asked them before. I said, "Are you a robot?" It was a girl, I think, calling me that time. She says, "No, I'm a human using highly sophisticated technology." And I thought, that sounds a little fishy. So I had another one call me, and it was a male. And so I asked him, I said, "Are you a robot?" And you know what he said? The exact same thing. "No, I'm a human using highly sophisticated technology." And I thought, there's no way 2 different telemarketers, different genders or whatever, can say the exact same thing. So then I knew instantly it really was a robot. So now when the Jehovah's Witnesses come to my door, I ask them if the Bible says not to communicate with the dead. And they're like, well, yeah. And I said, well, have you talked to them on the phone lately? No. I said, well, what do you think AI is? It doesn't have a heartbeat. It's not alive. It's dead. So anyway, I don't let them get 2 words in. I think we've got most of our castings out of here that are coming out. So this is beautiful substrate yet that can go into the nursery. It's still got lots of cocoons in here. Now, if I was working on my breeding program so I could take these guys to the state fair and win that blue ribbon prize, these would not go into the breeding nursery. These would be off in some other nursery. They'd be sold as like fishing worms or something. Or bait for your little lizards. Probably wouldn't even get big enough for your fish to bite. Okay, so, I need a backup bin over here. No, I don't. These, actually, I'll go ahead and put them over here. It'll be easier than taking that out. This is the first time I've sifted my dry down bins. We're just learning here again, everybody. Brand new and exciting information. Wow, I feel like that went really smooth. Let's see what's under here from that. Beautiful dry casting so they can get mixed in with these others. Wow, I'm getting a lot. But I can scoop those out with a scoop later. Then we move them over to be sprayed with the whatchamajigs. Mosquito bites, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm thinking the mosquito bites are okay. I've not checked them under the microscope yet to see what all biology I see there, but it's a bacteria, so it would definitely be part of the predator-prey interaction, so we believe in that. And so we're just adding the predators for those mosquito flies, whatever, fly nets, so that they'll be eliminated in our bin. So there we go. I just wanted to get those back into, there's a little cocoon there taking a ride, back into my bin before I start shaking it. You can see how fast that went. Pretty happy that all of them cocoons and castings are out of there. Tap them on over, put this in the backup bin. Okay, this is our next level of a sift. Okay, so remember, if I snap here on my palms of my hand when they come back, moves all those to the front so I can do an observation here. See? Lots of cocoons in here. Okay. So now, if I want to do it fast, get them down there, I can lift it. Ooh, that wasn't so good, I guess. I'll do that on the bottom. Wow, so we hardly have any castings left in here, and these look like all cocoons, so go ahead and tap them down. They'll go moving over here into the nursery. Just tap it a couple times. Now we can look and see what we got at the bottom, which is our, it looks like organic matter, a lot of it. Real small, fine organic matter, which would be really good for the nursery bin. Not seeing a lot of cocoons down here, though. So that's telling me, hopefully, that we've got bigger worms. I don't know if that's true or not. I'm just guessing. So theoretically. Anyway, what's happening is maybe the bigger my worms get, the bigger cocoons there's going to be. So I might want to start that breeding program. See how I kicked all that to the front? And now I can look through it. It really makes it nice for when you want to pick out your larger worms. Especially, okay, so the first screen that falls through, those worms fall through the 1/4 inch. Because of that surface area, you can kick them back and forth and look for your bigger breeder worms that you want to retain. So I feel like I got a good sift on this one too. I don't want to bore you all to death, but this is what I do every day now. Had no idea it was going to get this dramatic. Sifting every day. 2 bins. I think 2 is going to be my max to sift every day. or I'm going to be like, this is insane. No way. Anyway, if I do 2 bins per day, I can basically keep all 5 of my towers as breeder towers. And then, what is a worm, I think? Looks like he's had it rough. Yeah, well, he might not make it. I'll stick him in a food there. Okay. 4 more of these coming up. Wow. Loving it. There's 4. Now, we can just get rid of this with our little handy dandy paintbrush. Ta-da. Let's dip. Okay. Clear? All clear. Okay, looks good. Get the next one. This kind of will give me, I guess, 5 nurseries bins and 5 dryers. So total, and that means 1 per week, because I'm going to only sift 2 bins per day. I need to figure out my dates for my nurseries. They're just in there on Heatpad. No clue yet. In that department, how things are going to be. Still learning. Now, one thing about learning that I like is I don't like to pre-install other people's, doings before I do it myself, because I feel like if you can get a fresh mind in there to go at it and make them find their own method, sometimes that's how you can learn newer methods, different eyes, and then from there, if you're having trouble and you cannot see, there's no way I'm going to be able to keep up with more worms than this, and I'm getting a lot of castings, so I don't think it's going to be so important for me to be cocooning it. I think it's going to be way more important for me to do the castings methods. There's cocoons in here, which there would have been. These are the smallers. These are for the bait stores. But wow, that's a lot of nice bedding there. Oh goodness. Okay, one thing that I have to do, just give me a second, is I tap these castings to one side of the bin, because when I tap, let's see if I can get you over here. What I do when I flip this to the bin, I tap the bin, those metal pieces, I tap it on the bottom of the bin to tap out all of these castings and cocoons. These, remember, they're going to go in with the other ones from the middle screen. They all should be going in one, but it's going to be easier if this thing is separate, and we'll combine them. It's just easy to have these things off to the side. A lot easier. And then put it back. And I think, should we just go ahead and load the whole rest of it? I think so. Just load the rest of this in here. Looks like it worked. Super simple. Get her down to where we just have our cardboard in here. You can either retain those back now for the next, let them dry, and for the next towers, whatchamajigger, drying station, drying rack. Okay, that's in. That's the first time I've ever kind of caught it there on the side. It says that my battery's going low. So probably, I don't think it stops my video, but I didn't like seeing that. So I can see if you guys see what I can see. Okay. Move to the front, and then get them all to the back again. Now move them all to the front again. And that seems to get a really good clean sift on this. Yeah. Okay, I'll take him to the back. And then tip it up. Tap, tap, tap. And then tap, tap, tap over here. Woohoo! Oh, look at how beautifully that flows in there like that. It's nice and dry. So I'm thinking my goal is just makes my soul happy is the drier casting. Because I'm just thinking about nitrogen. It's all I care right now. Maybe I haven't gotten bitten by people wanting to buy these worms. But these cocoons, I'm like, oh gosh, I don't see a need for them. I think I'm going to have so many damn worms. I'm not even going to know what to do with them anyway, so. Guess I could get some put up on my website, which is down right now. I'll have it up and running shortly. And, put them up there. Don't bombard me with sales because holy moly, that's a whole nother level of information that I'm gonna have to take on for shipping worms. I don't really want to anyway. I'm just talk like I do, but really I don't. Okay, that looks super nice. There's still quite a bit. Seems like still like quite a bit coming out of here, but no, I think I'm happy with that. Completely done with. That was a full tower's worth of the second drying down. I'm gonna actually do this in here. So you see how some of them all pop out with that brush. Okay. Those are stuck. You gotta clean that out every so often. I will admit that. But I'm sure that's with any type of a sifter. Wow, I've got like a mound of castings in there. So I'd probably do this before you start screening every time. Give it time to dry and then do it, maybe do it after each one and then before each time. And then also every so often, just to keep your tracks clean. And see, those are going to be a little bit maybe big for this size of castings, but not bad. So you can see I've done quite a bit of sifting, and because we've recessed the screen below the track in this sifter, your track's not getting loaded, so it sits. Now I don't know that there's a way that I can show you, but this actually sits below the track. The bottom here is below the track here. So you're not going to have any possibility of any of them falling from here down into there. And then that was why we put this apron on also, was when we tipped off the top, when we wouldn't get a bunch of castings or debris falling, substrate falling into there. We're really trying to work out this thing. For now, when it gets to be summer, and I can sift outside in Megalodon, my huge Fanning's 1859 seed cleaner. That thing is a dream. It sifts so many. And okay, so that's my nursery here. This should be just loaded with cocoons, so I'm super glad there. This has cocoons also, and there's a lot more of it in there. So I have to decide what tower. That's all tower 4. So tower 4's drying cocoons are in here. So we got to get these wetted down now. And we, I think, I don't know, it's going to be awful deep to combine them with the other tower 4. that was not sifted, okay? Because they were basically the first time I felt like, you know, the first level that they were pretty much all just the bigger cocoons. So, do we go ahead and combine, or do we separate and keep the breeding program going with the larger cocoons? Separate just means I'll have more nurseries. That would give me 10 nurseries instead of just 5 nursery bins. I go to 10 nursery bins because I'm trying to just keep 1 nursery bin per week, 1 drying bin per week per tower. That's per tower, so it would be 5 drying bins max. And then I suppose I may end up getting to 10 nurseries. I really have to rethink all this out. I'm going to turn these here maybe into nurseries. I'm going to put the foam board down with the drying mats, and then there would fit 3 bins across each one. So 3, 6, there'd be 9 nurseries just right there on 3 shelves if I decide to go that far. I'm hoping summer comes so I can get these things out and onto the fields for my nitrogen source. And get these worms into some big tanks outside. Thanks all for watching. If you got any questions, please ask. And I'm so glad you stopped by. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know you were here hanging out today. And I hope to see you in the future.